Hey friend, happy Friday. Hope you had a great week and it's tea time with Alex Gill. If you just landed my video for the first time on my YouTube channel, for the first time or you haven't been here in a while, I here just to have a casual conversation with you about big things. That's what this blogs are really about. So last weekend, for the first time this year, I took a nice break. I took 3 days off, went to the mountains to really create some mind-wandering time. Mind-wandering, it's that time that we all need to have and to schedule where we can just allow our minds to explore, to be creative, to be insightful. So a good example of that, you might already do that. If you go for a run, no music, no podcast, just you with your thoughts, and you allow your mind just to go anywhere. And it isn't usually that time that you come with some great ideas, great insights, like in the shower. So mind wander is extremely important to do every week, and sometimes chunks of time, like I created 3 days this year. I've been working, continuously since January 2nd. And when I was doing that mind wandering, a message for me got louder and more clear than ever. That I have been playing small. I really realized that I can play bigger, go bigger, finding even or making my mission even bolder. And this is my mission that I want to share with you. I am absolutely in the mission to help as many people as I can to end harmful stress. Yes, it's a bold promise, it's a bold mission, but I want to help millions of people to end harmful stress. So let me explain first what I mean by harmful stress. You might be familiar with the term chronic stress. So chronic stress is that state that it starts with the psychology. You become mentally stressed out, and then you become physically stressed because your thoughts would affect the biochemistry of your body. So you can have a constant worry about money, for example. I did a little poll on Facebook, and most people are stressed out about money. So let's say you constantly worry about money. You constantly worry about your safety, the safety of your family, because you might run out of money. That constant worry is putting you in a state of fear, which is basically a state of stress, a state of alert. And those thoughts, ruminating on those thoughts, will release certain chemicals in your body that are harmful because you turn on your stress response, and your stress response is turned 24/7, starting to affect your sleep, your health, your energy, your creativity, your motivation. So that's a state of chronic stress. And as humans or animals have an advantage. They use the stress response when they under a real threat. When there's a lion charging after a zebra, that stress response gets turned on. The same mechanism that we have, and what that stress response does to the zebra or to us. Let's say we walking and there's a vicious dog running after us. Just like the zebra, we'll turn on the stress response. There's a mechanism that goes from the brain, sends a message to this tiny little glands called the adrenal glands that sit on top of our kidneys. Those little glands will release tremendous amount of cortisol and adrenaline. They are the stress hormones. With the release of those hormones, other mechanisms will be turned on in our bodies. So we will have extra amounts of energy to save our lives. Energy that's going to come from all the release of sugars, fats, even proteins on the body. Any resource that is available to save our lives, our body is going to make sure that is being released so we can save our lives, because survival becomes priority. That's a beautiful mechanism. Have you heard the story of this mother who lifted the car because her son was trapped on the car? How could she lift that car? Stress response. So I love studying the biology of stress, because it gives us a tremendous amount of energy, power, and strength. We become very narrow focused and very instinctual. So our brain becomes instinctual to a point that we don't think about it because there's no time to thinking. If a building is burning and you're gonna think how you're gonna get out of there, you might already be dead. So the instincts kick in like the animal and you save your life, just like the zebra might be lucky and escape from the lion, right? The difference is the zebra 5 minutes later is gonna go back to homeostasis or to a relaxing and calm state again. The zebra doesn't have the ability to ruminate on what just happened. She's not gonna hold those emotions in the body and repeat that story that like she almost died over and over and over, and therefore reliving those moments. Well, we human beings have this great thing called prefrontal cortex, the front lobe, and we have the ability to think a lot. And the quality of our thinking is what determines if we use stress as our friend or if we use stress in a way that is harmful. Let me share some data here with you. The CDC put out that 110 million people die every year in America due to a condition related to stress. Every 2 seconds, what is 2 seconds? 1, 2. Somebody just died because of stress. 1, 2. Another person just died because of stress. So now I think you can understand why I'm in this mission, why I think I need to go bigger and bolder, and I need help. I need you to help me to spread this message that stress does not have to kill anybody anymore. It's a choice, because stress, it's about perception. What creates stress is not the government, the economy, the people in your life, the circumstances in your life, the conditions of your life. They might be stress, but what makes all these external conditions stress for you or for me is the way we interpret with this brain that we have. So when we see an event or there's a situation happening in our lives, the way we interpret that, the way we perceive, is the bridge between stress might be positive or stress is bad for me. So if we create a bridge, meaning we allow that stress to get to us, to get to our bodies, because we start ruminating all these negative things about the situation. We get worried all the time. We become anxious. We become fearful. We become judgmental. We get angry. We get resentful. That is the type of stress that is harmful, and that day in and day out makes or the biochemistry of our bodies to change, to go in full survival mode. And we now wired to have this stress response turn on 24/7. The stress response is designed to save our lives. The stress response is designed for when you're driving in that mountain road at night and a deer crosses in front of your car, that you have the instinct to hit the brake without thinking, so you save your life and the life of the deer. And then your heart rate goes down. Think about those times. What happens in the stress response? Your heart rate goes up. If you measure blood pressure at that moment, it goes up. Also, that moment, your immune system is being suppressed. At that moment, all your reserves are going, all your resources are going to your legs and your arms. So blood is moving away from your digestive system. So think about it. If you're in chronic state of stress, with the heart rate up, blood pressure high, immune system suppressed, not enough blood for the digestive system to assimilate nutrition, not enough energy to work on your sex hormones so you can have babies, for example. So instead of chronic stress, you can see without all these resources for a long time, we get in trouble. We get in trouble, hormones go out of balance, and we get fat and sick. That's why I talk so much about why people can lose weight, because in a state of survival, there's absolutely no energy for our body to burn fat, because burning fat takes a tremendous amount of energy. It's much easier to burn sugar. So a body that is stressed out is going to constantly burn sugar. And because of that, because of the stress, because you're going to be in a state of chaos, you're going to crave for pleasure, and you're going to get pleasure on foods, and your body survival wants more sugar. So it's a vicious cycle that your body, it wants to burn more sugar, and by doing that you want it to eat more sugar. So that's why when we're in a state of chronic stress, we get fat and eventually sick, and it can lead to chronic illness and eventually death. I know this is not such a casual, I told you, this is a casual conversation about something serious. So my mission is to spread this message to as many people as I can, because we can stop this cycle of illness and death because of stress. How do we do that? By learning, by developing psychological tools, physiological tools, because we constantly work on psychology and physiology. Our thoughts are constantly affecting our body, and our body also affects our thoughts. So they work together. So if we learn strategies of how to partner up our mind and our body, mind-body connection, imagine that, we can have stress in our lives, which stress is inevitable. Stress is necessary in order for us to grow and change. But becoming stressed out is a choice. It's a choice about what we're choosing to think here, how we're choosing to interpret something that's happening outside of us. What is our mental model here that might not be matched what's happening outside, and therefore we create a conflict and stress for ourselves. So if we constantly work on ourselves, work in our mindset, keeping a growth mindset, we're able to have stress, but not take the stress home with us. So are you a type of person that has a stressful day at work and you carry stress with you home, and it starts to affect your kids, your family? So how do you know? That's the last part of this video. How do you know your body is in a state of chronic stress? Because sometimes we just don't know. Just like the fish doesn't know it's wet because it has lived there his whole life. What's happening these days, people are losing sight. People don't know if they're stressed out anymore because they get used or addicted to the emotions of worry, the emotions of anxiety, emotions of depression, emotions of sadness or anger. You can get used to those emotions. So this is how you know if stress is being harmful to your body right now, and hopefully you do something about it by watching more of my videos, or by give me a call and taking my free strategy session, stress session, or stress management session that I'm giving to you all. But this is how you know. Number one, you might notice, is energy. When you stressed out, your energy goes down. You might get frequent colds or flus, or like a lot of people right now have colds that are lasting 3, 4, 5 weeks. So if you getting sick frequently, or you stay sick for a long period of time, that means your immune system has been suppressed. That's a sign of chronic stress. Mood swings. You get anxious, irritated, edgy for no explanation. That's a sign of chronic stress. Poor sleep, sugar craving, isolation. You just don't want to be around people much. Headaches and migraines, digestive issues. For a lot of moms trying to get pregnant, having fertility issues might be a case of chronic stress. And for the dads out there, the problem a lot of times can be with the father, because there's not enough motility, maybe not enough sperms, or the sperms are not swimming strong enough. That is also a sign of chronic stress, because it will affect testosterone and growth hormone levels. So there are many signs. I just share some with you. So please take this to the heart. Take this mission with me. And if it's not you, but you know somebody in your life that you suspect might be suffering from chronic stress, share this message with them, because I'm in a mission and I need your help. I need to grow this audience. I need you to share my videos on your social media channels, and please spread the message. Tell Alex is on a mission to help people to end harmful stress, because I don't want people to be part of this statistic of 2 seconds death rate. That is crazy, and we can do something about it. So I hope you enjoy my casual talk about this serious issue, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more about stress, sharing strategies of how to have stress but not become stressed out, because we are absolutely wired to live in a state of joy, high energy, and thrive in life every single day. And in order for that to happen, we need to make choices, and the choices start right here by our thoughts and by how we perceive the events happening outside our life. So I hope this was helpful. Share this in the social channels, please. And I look forward to share more about stress very soon. Thank you so much.